The first 48. What should you expect once your new baby is born? And what should you expect those first 2 days, first 48 hours after their arrival when you're breastfeeding? Well, this is what typically happens. Your baby's going to be born after a long labor. They're going to be very awake, very alert. This is the best time to feed them. This is the best time to initiate breastfeeding if they came out unharmed and without any big events, if they're healthy enough and stable enough to be placed on you. I recommend always that babies go straight to mommy's chest, straight to you, skin to skin, and let them explore the breast. Typically, they can self-latch within 90 minutes, typically. So about an hour and a half, they will find the breast themselves and they will latch. Kind of like kittens or puppies do for the mom. They find it and they just latch. Same thing. Humans are smart. They figure it out as well. So usually this is how this goes. The first latch, they will latch great. You feel awesome. You're super excited. You think this is going to be great. I'm the best breastfeeder ever. My baby's so smart. They latched. We're doing great. And you get excited and you get really confident. Then they usually will have 1 or 2 more decent feeds that day, a few hours apart. Then the remainder of the day, a lot of the times, babies get really sleepy. We must not forget that they went through the whole labor process too. So just like you're tired and maybe your significant other is exhausted, the baby was going through labor as well, and they are tired. So a lot of times what happens is they get really sleepy, they get hard to wake up, and they don't nurse very well. And a lot of times this is when I see women, their confidence drops, and then the significant others usually panic and they think that their baby's hungry and starving and they're not going to be able to breastfeed. Well, I'm here to tell you that this is normal. This is very common newborn behavior. It's okay that they're tired. It's okay that they're sleepy. And all you got to do is offer the breast every few hours and see what they do. If they don't seem interested or do not want to latch, do not freak out. Do not stress out. Just put your baby skin to skin and wait till they give you the clue or the signal that they are hungry or that they are interested, and then you put them on. If worst case, if you're in the hospital and maybe the staff is worried about it, they might check a blood sugar just to see if the baby's stable, and 9 times out of 10 they are, but it just covers all the bases. And we just wait, and we wait, and we wait, and we try not to freak out. Babies are born with extra reserves, they're born with extra fluids, they're okay. I promise you, they're not starving. So day 1, it will be really good. Then it will be touch and go. And remember, you're going to kind of stress out. Day 2 comes, and the baby does a complete flip on you. Now, they're going to eat like every 1 to 3 hours. And you're going to think, oh my gosh, this baby's starving because they're eating constantly. Every time I take them off, they're hungry again and they're rooting around again. So they must not be getting anything because they're constantly hungry. Well, again, not true. This is nature. This is kind of just how it works. Like, the baby comes out and they're going to nurse. They're tired the first day. The second day, they're ready to nurse and they're stimulating you. So don't look at it as like they're not getting anything. Look at it as they're just giving you the signal and they're boosting your body to say, hey mom, I'm going to need this much milk. And so they're stimulating you. Day 2, every few hours. It's called cluster feeding. They're going to be eating. And you're going to be exhausted, and you might think they're not getting anything, but they are, okay? They are. Cluster feeding is normal. Usually lasts for about 24 hours. So it's not really until day 3 that your baby will finally get on some type of schedule where they'll be eating every 2 to 3 hours. You have to nurse at minimum 10 times a day. So 10 times a day in a 24-hour period, that averages 2 to 3 hours, every 2 to 3 hours around the clock. The longest a baby typically goes after the first day without eating is 4 to 5 hours, 5 hours max. But usually they only have 1 4-hour gap in a day. So hopefully for you, that's at night. It might be from noon to 4 though. And if that's their gap, then that's their gap. So be ready to be up all night. But that is how the first 48 typically go. Typically, there's always a baby out there who proves me wrong on this. But typically, that's how the first 48 hours go. So I hope this helps ease your mind if this happens to you.